A small decision in some federal states has a big impact. Your chance in 2026 in Germany perhaps better than ever before. The bottleneck will become even bigger in 2026, and that could be your chance for a future in Germany.
Welcome to YD. Why do Germans do things the way they do?
This is about a news that is actually only of a local interest. In 2026, there will be no Abiturjahrgang, school leavers with an A level in Schleswig-Holstein or North Rhine-Westphalia. The school landscape in Germany is a little more complicated. Here is a complete playlist just on the subject. Today we are talking about the Abitur A level, the qualification you have to have in order to study. The Abitur, which can be achieved at comprehensive schools and grammar schools, is normally awarded after 13 years of schooling, as it was in my youth. Historically, this regulation comes from the German Empire, where the 13 years were fixed. In the Third Reich, it was shortened to 12 years so that there were more officer candidates for the army. After the war, it was increased again to 13 years in West Germany. In the GDR, it remained at 12 years. In some federal states, G8, 8 years at grammar school until Abitur, has always been normal. Around 2003, the whole thing was shortened in several West German states from the original 9 years at the grammar school G9 to 8 years because the ninth year often only consists of repetition of learned material. In the meantime, more and more federal states are going back to G9. In Lower Saxony, it was already done in 2020, and in Bavaria, it will be done this year. In Schleswig-Holstein and North Rhine-Westphalia next year. But why does it matter to anyone outside Germany whether you have to go to school a year longer for an A level or not? Well, around half of school leavers from the gymnasium, grammar school, start a dual vocational training program and don't go to the university at all. There are various reasons for this. Banks and insurance companies often only take on apprentices with A levels, and others either want to bridge the gap with their apprenticeship due to Wartesemester, semesters you have to wait due to lower grades until they start university, or have a solid technical foundation, perhaps for a degree in mechanical engineering or architecture. Others don't want to study at all, at least not yet. All in all, this means that there are fewer people on the labor market. In 2020, there were 22,000 fewer school leavers with A levels in Lower Saxony. In Bavaria, there will probably be 28,000 fewer this year. This year, there will be around 14,000 fewer first year students and 14,000 fewer apprentices. As this will also be the case in North Rhine-Westphalia and Schleswig-Holstein next year, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce and the Chamber of Skilled Trades are saying that more apprentices should be taken on now if necessary, as it will be difficult next year. And that's where it gets interesting. Hiring more when there are no more available in Germany is difficult. If I've been thinking on the idea of moving to Germany from abroad to work there, then perhaps this is exactly my opportunity. I can now practically choose what I want to learn. And please don't ask the nonsensical question, what are they looking for? Really, you want to do anything from nursery school teacher because you are so good with small children and speak perfect German to accountant because you've always wanted to get a grip with the German commercial code and love finding out where 3 cents are missing to chimney sweep because you're not afraid of heights and have no problem getting really dirty. The question is, what are you good at and what do you trust yourself to do? If you don't like sitting at a computer, a bricklayer, roofer, florist, or cook might be more suitable for you. If you like working with people, the health service, hairdresser, or beautician, sports specialist, or an apprentice in retail would suit you. If you want to have as little to do with people as possible, then try computer scientist, motor vehicle mechatronic technician, or in agriculture. One thing is important, however, and you still have some time: German language skills. At least B1 for an apprenticeship and B2 for the healthcare sector. German is spoken throughout your training in the vocational school, and if you can't keep up at the vocational school, you won't be able to complete your apprenticeship. The big advantage over studying is twofold. Firstly, in the vast majority of professions, you earn money during your apprenticeship. This is taken into account if you have sufficient financial means. 992 euro per month if you come from a non-EU country and need a visa. In many professions, the training allowance is high enough to cover this from the second year of training, in some professions from the first year of training. The statutory minimum training allowance in 2025 is 682 euro per month in the first year of training and 921 euro per month in the fourth year of training. Most companies that have a collective agreement or are based on one offer considerably more. A car mechatronic technician in Bavaria receives on average 1,039 euro per month in the first year of training. And where there is not so much, the second point can help the employer. Firstly, some employers provide accommodation, which is often a problem, especially when it comes to the hotel industry, but also in healthcare sector at hospitals. There are often halls of residence for trainees. This naturally reduces the monthly cost, and you can prove that you will be able to make ends meet even with a lower salary. On the other hand, the employer can help with visits to the authorities, perhaps even with traveling. To be clear, the employer is recruiting apprentices so that they will have a qualified workforce later on. If the employer decides in favor of an apprentice, they want them to complete their apprenticeship well and then continue working in the company. In industry, successful apprentices often have to be taken on for a year or two after completing their apprenticeship. Well, I also know a master hairdresser whose apprentice regularly win prizes and are among the best, and then go straight to master craftsman school so that they can open a hairdressing saloon themselves. Perhaps she trains them too well. A third point is that you can apply for a visa directly with a binding contract for a training position. And, even better, if the company confirms that you have sufficient knowledge of German, the B1 certificate can be waived. So, if you first come here to look for a job, you're making things unnecessarily difficult for yourself. First, find and convince the employer and then get the visa. If you have the basic knowledge, but still haven't managed to take the certificate exam, but the company in Germany confirms that you can speak German well enough, then you can apply for the visa first. If you are then in Germany, you can take the exam later, or the employer may support you with an appropriate German course. And because some people think, I actually want to send money home to support my family here, with a visa for in-company vocational training, you can also work up to 20 additional hours, provided it doesn't interfere with your education. So sit down, get out your German book or an app and learn German. Then sit down again and browse through the German job adverts for apprentices, looking for what you like to do, not what you think someone wants to hear. They realize straight away if you can't deal with children, don't have any manual skills, or aren't friendly to the guests. And if you don't make it through the probation period, you'll be out again very quickly. So it's better to find something you like. Oh, yes, of course. There are also a few more places available if you really just want to study and have a lot of money from your family anyway. You can, of course, do that too. Perhaps the housing situation at the study location will ease in the next 2 years. All clear? Then leave a like and a subscription and then learn German. Come on, the year will be over quickly. Remarks, addition, and comments in the comments. Thank you for your attention. See you in the next video.